Now at 6, experts warn the fact that summer is over doesn't mean the danger of tick bites has gone away. Plus, why Wyandotte schools seek the approval of a $2 million bond. And lawmakers honor the biggest celebrity in the Sunflower State.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Wyandotte, Oklahoma School District is trying to improve campus security through a new bond. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins joins us in the studio with more.
Thanks, Dow. Wyandotte schools are seeking taxpayers' approval for a new $2 million building to connect the kindergarten and the first grade buildings. Students, mostly the younger ones, walk through this open area to go to the office, clinic, or the gym, but school officials say this poses as a security risk due to the open space, and when the weather isn't cooperating, it's pretty difficult for the kids to walk through. This new building will not only provide shelter for students moving from building to building, but it will also add 4 new classrooms and a set of bathrooms for the growing student body. The district superintendent says this bond is perfect timing.
So that we would make it easier on our taxpayers, but we really feel it's critical to address these issues, especially the safety issue with what we've seen happen in schools across the country.
The election is scheduled for next Tuesday, which is October 10th. Back to you, Dow.
Amber, thanks. A dozen Southwest Missouri schools or school districts will get grants for safety improvements under a $50 million state bill just signed by the governor. Joplin will get the maximum allowed, $300,000. Neosho and McDonald County schools each get $250,000. Carl Junction and Veda get $200,000 each. Diamond gets $100,000. 6 other districts or schools in our area will receive smaller grants. You can find the complete list at KOAMnewsnow.com. Another warm day out there. Changes are coming. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we've been fairly warm for several days now. We've had high temps mid-upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And again, that's what we did for us today. 85 at Stockton, 83 in Anderson. Oswego sitting at 86. It's 86 in Neodesha. So if you are going to be outside this evening, of course, evening daylight hours shrinking up on us, but very nice one. We have a few cumulus clouds out there. Here's our next storm system building in the western plains, pushing into the Rocky Mountains, and that's going to start to affect us, especially in the second half of the day for us tomorrow. Evening hours, nice, sliding back through the 70s. And if we look down the road, we have thunderstorm chances increasing tomorrow night, rain on Wednesday. Also, our temperatures cooling down, so we're going to break it all down for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. Cherokee County Health Department is trying to raise awareness of tick-borne diseases. The department today hosted a presentation about alpha-gal syndrome. That's a tick-borne disease that causes an allergy to red meat. Officials say the ticks are going to stick around until we get our first hard freeze of the year.
There's a lot of people out that are enjoying the hiking and the cooler temperatures and being able to get outdoors, soccer games, various different things. This is like probably one of the most opportune times to be able to check for ticks because the ticks are still out there. There hasn't been a hard freeze or anything that kind of helps to lessen that.
Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to have more on how you can protect yourself and hear from a local woman whose life was changed by a tick bite. Pittsburgh State University Jazz Ensemble prepares for the first concert of the season. That concert's going to be tomorrow evening at 7 in the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts, showcasing musicians and vocalists.
All super excited. We got a great selection of repertoire for this concert. We also have the PSU Jazz Combo playing. So we're really trying to set an emphasis on singing, a lot of creativity, a lot of improvising.
Definitely the singing. I mean, it's a first for me. I grew up in a very musical theater family, and so musical theater and jazz singing has always been a passion of mine, and I've never had an outlet for that until now, and so it truly is a time for me to shine.
That PSU Jazz Combo performance will be free to the public. The biggest celebrity in Kansas gets some big honors before lawmakers today. Congressman Jake LaTurner took to the House floor to speak in honor of Big Brutus. Stands 16 stories tall, weighs 11 million pounds. Big Brutus is the largest electric shovel of its kind. The towering landmark celebrated its 60th year in May. Coming up, a deer collision in Nowata County turns into a fatal crash. Plus, the Miami War Dogs are headed to the Super Regionals, while one of their players announces plans to head to the University of Missouri. Brock's going to have details for us in sports.
2%.
A collision with a deer turns fatal for a woman from South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. That crash occurred last night about 5 miles north of Lenapaw, Oklahoma in Nowata County. Troopers say a Jeep was traveling south on US 169 when it struck a deer in the road and deflected it into the windshield of a Chevy Blazer. The deer went through the vehicle, exiting the rear window. The driver of the Blazer, Carolyn Howard, died at the scene. The public's invited to an online discussion concerning plans to replace the Missouri Route 96 bridge over Missouri Route 171 west of Carthage. During construction next year, Route 96 is expected to be closed in that area for 6 months. The virtual forum begins today, remains open until October 16th. To access the meeting, just go to modot.org/southwest. An escaped inmate in Missouri has been captured. Jonathan Odell was spotted in Ray County yesterday afternoon in a stolen truck. Authorities caught him after he crashed the vehicle. Odell escaped from the Phelps County Jail with another inmate Friday night. That other person already surrendered. Odell is facing federal charges for planning to shoot illegal immigrants. He also allegedly threatened to kill any Border Patrol agents who tried to stop him. An attack on the community of Greenwood, Oklahoma, that's come to be known as the Tulsa Race Massacre happened more than 100 years ago, but the search for victims continues to this day. As Memory Bryan reports, that search might have finally ended for one part of the city.
This is possibly the last exhumation from Oaklawn that will happen as part of the search for victims of the race massacre. It's the 7th set of remains removed during this third round of searching. In this area, researchers say the burials were in basic wooden caskets, like what they speculate would have been used during hurried burials.
The bones are much more fragile. We were able to obtain much less information from direct examination. It will require DNA analysis.
The search is focused on the southwest corner of Oaklawn in the area known to be where the poor were buried. In the last month, 57 unmarked graves were found, including the 7 graves exhumed.
So we have mapping equipment that allows us to pinpoint the location of each one of those. And so we've been recording those and tagging those so that we can make sure that they get returned or replaced.
The solemn ceremonies to remove the dead for more study comes without any certainty they're connected to the massacre. The goal for the city is to make the best determination it can and connect the dead to the living if possible.
But if we can give our community members and families the opportunity to connect with their family members via DNA and otherwise, to give them an opportunity to have a memorial and give them the respect that they deserve.
The just-ended search began on September 5th and was the third such excavation in the search for the remains of the estimated 75 to 300 black people who were killed during the 1921 massacre at the hands of a white mob that descended on Greenwood, the black section of Tulsa. A little bit later, why did the cattle cross the road? One Oklahoma Sheriff's Office has the answer to that question. That'll become.
Plus, we have some rain chances back in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up.
Bishop and Hayes.
Well, of course, turned out to be another warm one once again today. We've been mainly 80s to right around 90 for about a week now, and we've been dry, but we are going to start to see those changes moving in as we go through the next couple days. Looks pretty good out there right now. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo are just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, look at our temps. 86 in Yates Center. Neodesha 86, we have 87 in Veneta. We're going to look at Stockton sitting at 85. A little bit cooler, Monette at 79 degrees in our temps. They're going to slide back through the 80s, 70s, as we go through the evening hours. Visibility is good. You can see some cumulus clouds that have popped up. Southerly winds are light at about 5 miles per hour, but these are going to pick up a little bit late tonight and then into the daytime hours for us tomorrow, ahead of our next storm system, which will start to affect us. If you are getting out this evening, looks good, sliding back through the 70s, partly cloudy skies, especially after midnight for us tonight. You can see those cumulus clouds kind of popping up over the past 3 or 4 hours, and our storm system building out across the Rockies. Already a few little thunderstorms out across the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. But this system is going to head toward us. You can see the big upper level low and change our weather up as we go through the rest of the week. As this big upper level low heads toward us, our high pressure, which has kept us high and dry, warm, will break down. Rain chances will start to increase. And then behind this system, especially as we go into the weekend, cooler air is going to be working in. We're going to get some really nice fall-like days. And this is also the beginning, the official beginning of our new pattern, which will be in place over the next year. So we're really going to be able to see what the late fall and winter is going to start to look like over the next month or so. All right, let's go through time tonight. Clouds working in 60s, mid 60s. Could be a random little shower for us, especially tomorrow afternoon, but most of you are going to end up staying dry. Thunderstorms build to the west tomorrow night. Some of these storms could be on the stronger side, but I think they're going to weaken as they push in. So scattered thunderstorms after midnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll start the day a little bit on the west side Wednesday, then mostly cloudy skies. Once we get into late Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, additional showers and thunderstorms will start to pop up, rolling through Wednesday night, and then should exit by the time we get into Thursday morning. So a couple rounds of rain, which, hey, we definitely need. All right, day planner on Tuesday, still warm. We go into the mid 80s, very slight chance for a shower. The better chances for rain after midnight tomorrow night, and then into Wednesday. A lot of areas are going to pick up a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain, which we can use. All right, let's go 85 tomorrow, 78 on Wednesday, 76 on Thursday. Nice little stretch heading into the weekend. Look at that, 60s for highs, overnight lows into the 40s.
Wow, that'll be feeling like fall.
Big change.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, there's no crosswalk, but there was plenty of walking across. Take a look at this footage out of Guyman, Oklahoma. Sheriff's deputies there helped block the road to oncoming traffic so cattle could get across. Dozens of heads ushered across by ranchers. Authorities there say it's not unusual for them to get requests to help out with things like this. Still ahead, we're going to hear from the Missouri Southern Lions football program in their weekly press conference. And a Miami War Dog softball player commits to the University of Missouri. Brock Baldridge is going to have that and more coming up next in sports.
The Missouri Southern Lions are 3-2 to begin this season. The Lions coming off a really tough loss to Central Oklahoma last Saturday, where they lost in the last play of the game. But Southern looks to bounce back this week for homecoming. They host Fort Hays State.
Were our guys hurt? Were our guys disappointed? Absolutely, and they should be. They're competitors. They want to win every game, regardless of the opponent, and we definitely wanted to go out and win this one on the road, and just fell a little bit short. We understand that this is a competitive league. We understand that the records don't indicate the quality of the opponent, and so we know that we got our work cut out with Fort Hays, and we got to be ready.
Just got to lock in. Yesterday it's kind of like a quiet buzz. Everyone just kind of realized like it's got hit with a little adversity. It's time to get back, time to get going what we're doing at the beginning of the season.
Well, the Miami War Dogs softball team has advanced to Super Regionals, and the big week continued for the War Dogs as one of their players announced her commitment to the University of Missouri. Sydney Forrester of Miami, Oklahoma announced she plans to continue her academic and softball career to the University of Missouri after she graduates high school. Forrester is only a junior, but she was a big key piece to the War Dogs winning their regional championship last week. Forrester is excited for the opportunity to play at the next level.
it was just amazing. Like, I loved all the girls there. Like, everyone introduced me. Like, it was so loving and welcoming. The field is great. The culture there is amazing too after I had gone to the football game, but everything about it was amazing, as well as the coaching staff, like I said. I can't even explain the love that I've gotten from so many people here, and I'm not trying to say this, but it doesn't, you don't see it a lot coming from Miami. So I take a lot of pride in coming from Miami and, trying to build a foundation, maybe set other girls and other guys, just to maybe come to Miami.
Well, the high school volleyball season rolls on for a few more weeks, and tonight we have one of the top matchups in Missouri Class 1. The Jasper Eagles roll this season. They're still rolling this season. They are 21-0 to begin the season, but they have yet to lose a match, and tonight they have a test as they go into Joplin to face the Thomas Jefferson Cavaliers. Things are set to begin at 7 p.m., so we'll have highlights from that one tonight at 10. Well, the votes are in from everyone who voted in our poll for our Performance of the Week, and with that being said, our Performance of the Week goes to the Parsons Vikings. After their dominating 27-0 victory, Parsons is now a perfect 5-0 on the season for the second straight year. Vikings look to make it 6-0 when they host the Galena Bulldogs this Friday. It was nice to catch up with Sydney Forrester and, the Miami Bulldogs. They're only a couple wins away from going back to state.
Wow, good for them. Let's see if they can do it. We'll be right back.
Derailed commodity
State hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to hear from a Kansas woman living with alpha-gal syndrome about how that tick-borne disease has impacted her. Plus, homecoming at a Kansas City school turns controversial after a transgender student is crowned queen. And we're going to learn about a burglar who was caught on camera singing before breaking into a home. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. Best part is, doesn't cost a thing. Absolutely free. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Again, it's the KOAM Skywatch weather app. An area attraction is turning some heads nationwide. Annabelle's Fun Farm in Welch, Oklahoma provides a pumpkin patch, corn maze, and offers more than 45 new attractions. The 13-year-old farm has been voted lucky number 13 in the country for this type of attraction. Fame is fine, but for the co-owner, the farm is really about the fun.
You can expect just to have a blast. We got lots of food, drinks, ice cream shop, games, rides. We have a carousel, train ride, slide, ball zone, jumping pillow. There's something for everybody to do out here. From if you're just 2 to 92, even miniature golf, you can come in and play.
Annabelle's is open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, that's in Welch, Oklahoma. You might want to check it out. And the weather is going to be allowing for those sort of fall activities.
Yeah.
Particularly this weekend. It's going to be kind of chilly this weekend.
It actually is going to be. Temperatures still warm for us tomorrow, 85. Very slight chance that we could get a random shower. Better chances for rain Wednesday and Thursday. Look at our high 70s, even 60s. High temp 66 on Saturday.
Final sports note.
The AFCA coaches poll came out again this week. Again, not much movement, but Pittsburgh State still up at the top. Not quite the top, but number 3 in the nation, so at least in the top 5 teams.
All they have to do is keep on winning. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Captioning on